Well, I got to Quartzsite, where my friend Zigzag had invited me out, but I didn't know, and neither did he, that the enthusiasm for Quartzsite had made it a very crowded place, and all kinds of RVs and campers, and from barely moving till these giant, there goes one right now, and they've got the trailer, which is full of goodies like dirt bikes and I don't know, all kinds of equipment. It's fun to see the giant variety. And I parked in a dirt parking lot for trucks and campers. It's right across from the Loves. And if you'll notice, a lot of the rigs going to the left are headed for some high-end camper parking lot, campground they call it, yes. This guy is not. You see the stuff hanging off the end of his rig, but this one is, and he's probably got, yep, he's got a vehicle to tow. I love it that there's such prosperity, but Quartzsite is a mixture of prosperity and people that are barely hanging it together. Oh, here comes another one. Headed for the Prosperity Campground. Let them thrive, that's what I say. Everybody should have a good time, and I believe that's what Quartzsite is all about. I'll show you a lot of code on here at Quartzsite. I'm going to drive around and see what we see. Start with some crazy windmill stuff. The supervan developed a knock, and so rather than drive it around, I wanted to get it fixed. Calling around, I found out all the car repair stations in Quartzsite and 34 miles north in the little town of Parker had no appointments available. I went to an auto parts store and had them plug in their unit to tell me what the check engine light was calling for, and they couldn't diagnose it. They said the van was screwed up. Their auto repair places were also booked up because it's peak season with all the snowbirds. And so I didn't want to drive the van around with that engine knock undiagnosed. So I headed out to the desert to wait for the earliest appointment I could get, which was 8 days away. And so I took a lot of water and I headed out to enjoy the desert and wait for the appointment to fix the supervan, whatever was wrong with it. And then as soon as I pulled off the road, I sank into gravel and I got stuck. I set up the camera. I went and got a pile of sticks. I put them underneath the rear wheel to get some traction out of that gravel. and it was no dice. I wasn't going anywhere. And as I was doing that, if you look, how fortunate am I? A good Samaritan, I think his name was Jeremy, pulled out a strap, yanked me right out of that mess. And I'm so grateful. Thank you, Jeremy. Well, that was Jeremy from Idaho, originally from Holland, Michigan. He was just trying to escape the Idaho cold. But his dirt bike, it doesn't go very far on this very soft soil. Now we know, don't go off the pavement unless you're sure it's hard pack. Makes sense to me. Beautiful day, not too hot yet. Taking a little bit of a hike just to see what the difference is. Okay, it looks like rain has washed down underneath and pushed out all that brown rock. And look, back that way is Parker. 6-7 miles north of Parker on BLM land where you can park. You see the fire rings. So I'll park out here. I might have as much as a week because they're so overwhelmed with all the people coming for the winter to Quartzsite and to Parker that all the repair shops are booked. I have an appointment next week because the super van has developed a knock. And the check engine light is on, and if I go over 30 miles an hour, it starts to flash. And it is 35 miles from Parker down to Quartzsite, and Quartzsite is jammed. So I'm just going to have to be out in the desert a while. I went grocery shopping beforehand, bought a lot of water, and I'm going to be fine. But I'm not going to be driving until that appointment next Tuesday. That's 8 days away. So I'm just going to take a walk and enjoy life. No way to get down that steep ledge. So we'll go this way. Maybe there. How do I tell the van's up there? You gotta find a piece of trash or something and mark the way. What I've got in my backpack is a first aid kit and almost a gallon of water, because I am not familiar with the desert and I'm not playing around with it either. So that's where we are. This is the desert. And here's the stuff I got stuck in this morning. Just super soft gravel. You see the trail. What's running on a trail like this is side-by-sides, which is the desert equivalent of four-wheel drive. People zoom all around this barren landscape for the fun of climbing hills and seeing mountains and being real remote. There's a stump laying there with a white rock on it. Up that ridge, that slippery, crumbly ridge, is a super van all locked up and waiting for me. It's getting hot now. But there's a snowstorm going on right now in my hometown of Ann Arbor.